Hi guys, welcome to my long-awaited Inktober 2022 sketchbook tour. Now when I say long-awaited, I mean by myself. I've been waiting all month to do this, but some of you have been asking when I'm going to put this up and if I'm going to be doing it, and the answer is yes, and today. It's the 1st of November today, it's the day after Inktober has finished, and coincidentally tomorrow is the 1-year anniversary of my first ever YouTube video, which was a sketchbook tour for Inktober 2021. So I will leave that in the suggestions at the end, so you can check that out if you've not seen it already. So the sketchbook I used was a Moleskine watercolour A5. I've used various different pens, but the ones you probably see me use the most are the Tombow for Denisuk, the Kuretake Bimoji, Signo white gel pen, Posca for a lot of the dark backgrounds. I've used a Pentel mechanical pencil, this is the side effects in 0.5, and a Pentel brush pen. I've also been using frog tape for delicate surfaces to mask off, and these amazing, you've probably seen these in most videos, clips, I'm not sure what you would call these, but whatever these clips are called, for holding the sketchbook open, so they're fantastic. And for the colour, this is the Peerless Sidekick watercolour palette, which has been watercolour that you will have seen in every video that I've done, and every piece that I've done. If you would like to check this out for yourself, I will leave a link below to their website, and if you use the code ZOEARTIST at checkout, you'll get yourself 15% off your entire first order. Anyway, that's enough of the boring stuff. The supplies don't matter anymore, it's done. So I'm going to get going. You're going to start seeing some pages blocked out because I did Schooltober in the same sketchbook. This is not finished yet, but it means I've got to block out some pages. So here we go. So started off with actually my socials growth here. I started YouTube with 800 subscribers, and at the time of recording this video I have 1,192, so that's nearly 400 subscribers in the last 4 weeks. So thank you everybody who subscribed, means a lot to me. Yeah, so this is the list, so obviously everyone has been done off of this, so let's get going. Prompt 1 was gargoyle. Originally I said that I would only do one colour, I think, for each illustration. That lasted one illustration, so this is one colour, but yeah, so we got gargoyle. Then we went on to scurry. So I know someone said to me, oh, it's scurry, why have you done squirrels? So in case you don't know, and for the person that asked me that, a scurry is a group of squirrels. So there you go, there is method to my madness. Yeah, I found the tails really fun on this. Day 3 was bat. Yeah, and as you can see from the last two, already failed at the one colour. There's 2 colours in this background, and one on the bat. All the stars are done with the Uniball Signo, which isn't the best for covering watercolour, I've noticed, but yeah, it's the best gel pen, so you may sometimes find you've got to go over it a couple of times. Then we went on to scallop. So I surprised myself with this one. I thought I would absolutely hate it, but I actually really enjoyed it. It was almost like meditation doing this one with all the little lines. Kind of like how that turned out. So day 5 was flame. I kind of liked this one at the time, but I think it's, yeah, not so much now. But I did have a lot of people liked it. I got a lot of compliments on this one, so thank you for that. And yeah, I kind of knew this wouldn't be an original idea, but I went for it anyway. So day 6 was bouquet. So I just looked up bouquets. This was loosely based on a picture of a wedding bouquet that I saw. These are white cosmos. I'm not sure what the leaves are. And this is, I'm not sure if it's your name, but people refer to as baby's breath. It's really hard to draw, and I won't be attempting it again. Okay, so day 7. I hated this one. I really hated this. It didn't look how it looked in my head, but it's trip. And I looked at lots of different trips. Basically, my method for this is to, if I don't have an idea straight away, is to just search the prompt word and see what comes up. And I got loads of images like this, loads and loads. So I chose this one because I really liked the mountainous background. But yeah, a lot of people commented how nice they thought this was, but yeah, it's not doing it for me. But yeah, there we go. So that's the first week done there. Then on to match. Just not the most inspiring prompt. In fact, actually, I felt a lot like that with this set of prompts. They weren't amazing, but you know, I think I'm quite happy with most of my choices for it. So, you know, there you go. So that was, yeah, match. It's okay. Then next, I really enjoyed doing this one actually. I don't think I used a reference. Maybe I did. I basically just scribbled in a circle to do the twigs in the nest. Yeah, it was a little bit of a mindless one, not too much thinking involved, which is quite nice sometimes. Day 10 is crabby. I think a lot of people have realised through seeing my Inktober's that if I can do something ridiculous and make a stupid comment about it, I will. So the crab is saying, "Me got big claw." You're probably thinking that that was not done on purpose. It was. This is just how my mind works. But yeah, I kind of like this one. I like it that it's simple. And you can see where I hadn't let the watercolour dry properly when I did the background, so we've got the colour from the claw going out into the sky. But you know what, I kind of like it. Sometimes these accents happen with watercolour, and I think they're quite nice sometimes. Well, so you can't see that one. That's the Inktober piece. Okay, so ignoring that, so we're on to day 11 now, eagle, and I really enjoyed doing this. I spent a really long time looking for images of eagles to use, and this was one that really stood out to me. Just loved that evil look on his face. So yeah, I kind of like that. I really liked doing the feathers. I didn't want to do them like too detailed. They're really quick, just almost like hatching lines. So yeah, I like the ones where you can kind of imply detail rather than actually doing it properly. I really didn't think this through, did I? That's not going to work. Anyway, this is one I wasn't too happy about. So day 12, forget. This is supposed to represent what would happen if humans were not on the planet anymore, and how the planet would just kind of like look after itself, basically. So it would just, nature would take over, and I tried to represent that beginning to happen. You know, because when humans aren't here anymore, eventually any trace of us will be pretty much gone. Maybe some evidence in the archaeological record, but that'll be about it. Okay, God, you're going to see all of these. I'll just resign myself to that fact. Okay, so day 13 is kind, which I struggled with. So this is basically a character from a video game called a Big Daddy. And the only thing I really thought of was a quote, which isn't actually to do with this character as such, but from the game, where it was kind of like a subliminal manipulation almost, and it was, "Would you kindly?" So I just kind of wrote that and used it as an excuse to do one of these characters. So now we have day 14, empty. So it turns out quite a lot of people that I know did exactly the same as me, but yeah, we just got empty eyes, and I think this is the first time that I started bringing out in really dark backgrounds. And also with this one, I left my sketchbook at work because I'd been doing the Inktober's at work and the Inktober's at home, so I had to do this on different paper and stick it in, and evidently on there's another page like that back there. But yeah, I quite like this one. I wish this wasn't so harsh, but my whole thing with Inktober was not to spend a lot of time on anything, and I think my longest piece took me 45 minutes, and that's one of my latter ones, and it was just a case of draw it and slap colour down on it. So that's what I've been doing. Okay, day 15 was armadillo. So I really hate doing repetitive shapes. So the fact that they are scaled really did my head in. And I really couldn't get my head around how I would imply those scales rather than do all of them. So it's a little bit messy, but I think overall he's kind of cute. I like that it's kind of framed like a portrait. This is it is from a reference I found on Pinterest, and I think he's turned out quite cute. You tell me, I don't know, it might be awful. But yeah, so a self-explanatory armadillo. Oh, missing a page there. Okay, so day 15, fowl. So obviously fowl are like birds that you eat, I think. I can't remember the exact definition of what a fowl is, but anyway, I typed in fowl on Pinterest, and this was one of the first images that came up, and I thought so it's a guinea fowl, and I thought it was absolutely ridiculous looking, and it really made me laugh. And they are these bright colours as well, which is amazing. The beak, I don't know why I did it green, they're not green, but yeah, maybe a dirty paintbrush, I can't remember, but I thought he was so funny and really, really cute with his ridiculous plumage. So yeah, oh god, I'm getting a dry mouth, I need to have a drink. Okay. Yeah, still trying to hide those other pages, aren't I? So, day 17. I was not into this one. I couldn't be bothered with this one. I thought the prompt was rubbish. To be fair, I thought most of the prompts were rubbish. But there you go, salty. It's a salt shaker. Nothing else to say about that, I'll be honest. Okie dokie, on to 18. Speeding through this one. So, day 18, scrape. Originally, I was going to do like a close-up of some scraped knees, but I didn't really feel the size of the paper would lend itself to doing like legs like that, so I went for this figure. I don't draw anime, so I found this really hard to draw. I don't really know how successful it is, but I do actually. I think the effect of the scraped knee is really, really good. I think I did okay on that, but the figure itself, maybe not so much. But yeah, I do. I really think this worked really well here. Anyway, so on to, is that 19? Yeah. So on to day 19 is ponytail. Yeah, everybody really responded well to this one, and I'm not convinced, but thank you. Yeah, I really liked doing the hair here, but when it comes to, I'm not a particularly big fan of doing long hair, so I found that quite laborious and quite difficult to do. But I like to put in like these little bits of highlights here, but this is just a bit too much. But yeah, I've had this image saved on Pinterest as a portrait reference for a really long time, so yeah, it's kind of funny that I finally got to use it. But yeah, so just ponytail. I don't know if you kind of noticed, but I take my prompts really quite literally sometimes. Yeah, that's literally, I'm going to draw a ponytail, so there you go. Okay, was that 18? That was 19. Okay, so this is where I started having a bit more fun with it. It wasn't until day 20. So this one was bluff. So I believe bluff is a certain type of cliff edge, but that wasn't appealing to me. So I'm immediately thinking poker, because I mean, a lot of you will probably know from previous videos that I've spoken about going to Las Vegas quite a lot. So immediately I was thinking, okay, poker reference. I'm also a really big fan of Lady Gaga, so I was like, okay, poker face. Thank you to the person who said to me, oh, it really reminds me of Lady Gaga. It is Lady Gaga. That'll be why. But this is a lyric from Poker Face. Now, I was really, really shocked when I actually googled the lyrics to double check that I'd got the lyric right after writing it down, of course. The lyrics weren't what I thought they were, and they are really, really rude. So Google that if you will, or not, maybe. They are interesting lyrics, but yeah, I enjoyed this one. I think this one turned out quite well. It was one of those ones where I felt like the likeness was getting lost, and then I kind of feel like I brought it back right at the end, but then that tends to happen quite a lot with portraits, I find. Okay, so this one, I don't even know I've not even written what it is. What is it? 21, bad dog. Forgot to write it down. Yeah, so I was originally going to draw a gimp. If you don't know what a GIMP is, don't Google it at work or school. Maybe wait till you get home. But it's a bondage term for someone dressed in like a full latex or leather outfit. I think that's the definition of it. But I couldn't find any images that I liked. To be fair, I was going a bit safe and I was looking at pictures of Evan Peters from American Horror Story, the first season, where his character dresses up in a GIMP suit. So, yeah, if you've not seen it, I won't give too much away there, but I didn't like any of the images. So, yeah, I just went with, are you a bad dog? Yes, mistress. So, some very high, sexy shoes and a dog collar. I will stop talking about that, otherwise I'm going to start looking like a right pervert. Okay, day 22 was Heist. So the first thing that came into my head was the film, I can't even think, the film Gone in 60 Seconds. So the main car in that film is a Shelby, I can't even think, I've even written it down, it's a Shelby GT 500, and they named the car Eleanor, which is my grandmother's name. I think that's probably why the film had stayed with me for so long. But yeah, so I decided to draw the Mustang. It's a Mustang, by the way, the Shelby GT 500. So I decided to draw that. If you've never drawn cars before, don't. They're really hard. Really, really hard. I copied this line for line. There's no artistic value in this drawing at all. I didn't feel like I knew enough about cars to draw it, to take any sort of artistic license on it at all. So it is how it is. But yeah, it took a lot of steady hand to do that. But yeah, so there's my heist anyway. Hope you like it. Hope you like all of them. I'm trying not to ramble too much, but I don't think it's working. Okay, day 23, Booger. I remember when this list came out and everyone was like, that is why. But you know, it's not so bad when you start thinking about it, because when I thought about it, I immediately went back to my childhood and there was this cartoon and book. I think it was a cartoon. Was it? Maybe it was just a book. I can't really remember. It was a very long time ago, called Fungus the Bogeyman. So I did him. Now, I kind of wish I hadn't made him so bright, but it's okay. It makes me smile when I see it. It reminds me of my childhood, so that's all good for me. Day 24 was Fairy. It's a picture of a girl with fairy wings. I don't really know how to describe that to you. Again, another Pinterest reference, and I winged it. No pun intended. There was a pun intended there. Absolutely a pun intended. I winged it. I just drew the wings on. I vaguely know what a fairy wing I think should look like, so I just drew that. Okay, so day 25, tempting. There is nothing more tempting than a cupcake, and that is all I have to say on that. It's a blueberry cupcake with teal icing, and that's the only colour that I mixed the whole time I did this. I didn't mix. I used every other colour, was straight from the palette, but I knew I wanted teal and I didn't have a teal, so I mixed it. So there you go, there's the story on that one. Okay, this one brings me so much joy, because this ego, so yeah, the prompt ego, day 26. So this is oh god, I can't even remember his name. It's a character from a TV show that I don't like. Oh my god, Homelander. It's Homelander from The Boys. Now, I've only seen season 3 of The Boys because it's got Jensen Ackles in it, and that's the only reason why I watched it. And Homelander, if you've seen it, is an a-hole. Everybody said to me that is perfect. He is perfect for Ego. Now, evidently, I actually tagged Anthony Starr, who plays this character, on Instagram, and he liked it, so I was really happy about that, despite the fact that I'm not a fan of the show, and other than that one character, I don't know who he is, but I'm still so happy, so that's brilliant. But yeah, that really made my day. So, you know, obviously I didn't think it was great, but he liked it, so cool. But yeah, I think I've got his horrible, smug, egotistical expression down quite well. Okay, and on to the next one. So speaking of Jensen-Ackles, this is Jensen-Ackles for snack. There's a double entendre in the meaning here. He's eating a donut, and you may say that he is a snack, which is ridiculous. And also, actually, in season 3, he played Homelander's dad in The Boys, so cool beans. He was a character called Soldier Boy, but this is a screenshot actually from Supernatural. So yeah, not much else I have to say about that, other than it kind of relates back to the last one. He didn't like this, by the way, even though I tagged him twice. Sad times. Day 28, camping. I hate camping, and I hate this piece, so let's move on. Okay, day 29, I can't remember who it was, but someone said that they thought I was drawing butter falling off a plate. Always expect the worst from me. Always expect the worst. It is a comet heading for Earth, and I quite like it. It's good. It's all right. It didn't do too well online. I'm gutted, but never mind. They don't. Sometimes when you think a piece is going to do well, it doesn't, and that's fine. Okay. Day 30, another piece that didn't do too well. So the prompt was gear, and I didn't even do this in time. I had to do this late. My videos went out at 9 AM. Normally I'd done them at least the night before, and this was done at 12 o'clock on the day of the prompt, because I didn't want to draw gears. I had no other ideas. That rhymed, sorry. So I went for this piece. So this is a character called Snake, I believe, from Metal Gear Solid. Now I don't know why I chose Metal Gear Solid. Obviously the word gear, but I'm a really can't even talk. I'm a really big fan of Gears of War as a video game. I don't know why I didn't do that. But yeah, it's another portrait. It's fine. And then on to the last one, farm. So I thought just drawing a scarecrow would be really original. I thought everybody would try and do farms, but I was wrong. Quite a lot of people did this, and that's fine. You know, it's the last one, day 31 on Halloween. You've got to have a Halloweeny piece, haven't you? So yeah, I quite enjoyed doing this one. I think it worked out quite well. It didn't photograph too well, but I think, yeah, it looks fine. But yeah, so that is it. Inktober, that's Scrawltober there. Inktober over. What I learnt from Inktober, showing those pieces, is don't do 2 lists in 1 month, because you don't finish them, especially if you work a full-time job and decide doing a daily video is a good idea. It was not. So next year I'm probably going to do a weekly video for Inktober. But yeah, so that is my second Inktober and the second Inktober that I finished, so I'm quite proud of that. Yeah, let me know in the comments below what you thought of all these pieces. I think some are okay, some are better than others. I didn't spend that long on them. I think you can really get bogged down with Inktober, and that is not what I want to do with it. Okay, so my door just opened and it has completely thrown me off my stride, and I'm struggling to get back into finishing the video. So I apologise, there's going to be probably a weird cut. Yeah, so yeah, let me know in the comments below what you thought of all these pieces. I'd love to know as well what your experience of Inktober was, whether you were just a spectator, whether you completed it, whether you didn't complete it. Let me know what you thought of the challenge. Yeah, so it's going to be another year. I probably will not take on another month challenge until then, because that is enough. But yes, anyway, I'm going to end the video now because I'm just going to start rambling otherwise if I haven't done already. But if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, because it really helps the algorithm to know to push it out to more people. Leave a comment below, they are always appreciated. I do try and reply to all of them. Sometimes it takes me a while, but I usually get round to it. And if you're not subscribed already, give us I can't even say subscribe. Give us a subscribe, that's also really appreciated. And yeah, if you would like to check me out on other social media platforms, I will leave a link to all those below in the description. Yeah, so once again, thank you for watching. It's been a really tiring month, and I will catch up with all you again soon. Bye.